Jen Psaki has been saying all sorts of crazy thing about big tech. I don't know if she is not aware of the legal ramifications of some of the things that she is sharing, or if she's just so convinced that big tech is at the beck and call of the White House that she doesn't care. But yesterday we talked about Jen Psaki, the White House spokesperson, saying that they were inside the White House monitoring Facebook posts and contacting Facebook to tell them about posts that needed to be taken down because they were misinformation. Now, Jen Psaki, and this is a big deal, I'm going to build on this a little bit, said that if you are banned by one big tech platform, you should be banned by all of them. This is the White House directly telling private companies that they should be censoring individuals for their opinions. The White House is using its bully pulpit to force behavior by big tech companies that would be impermissible for the government to take themselves. Let me repeat that. The federal government, because of the First Amendment, cannot tell you what opinions you are allowed to have. But what they are doing is effectively censoring people by using the big tech companies to do it for them instead. To me, this is the definition of state action on behalf of private companies. And they now are saying, in addition to the opportunities and demands that we are putting on individual companies, all of you should be colluding to try to block others and end up with the same result. That's how all the big tech companies blocked Donald Trump. All right, so this is a monster story. It's a big deal, okay? Particularly because the point on the First Amendment, let me just be clear about this, is sometimes it's messy. Sometimes, in order to win a battle, you have to deal with some information that ends up being incorrect. Let me give you an example. But picking and choosing based on the moment in time that it is being shared is not the right move. For instance, Facebook banned all discussion that COVID had come out of a Chinese lab because the consensus, according to Facebook, was that was scientifically unlikely. Now, the President of the United States himself, Joe Biden, is saying, actually, we're investigating this. It may well have escaped from a lab. And in fact, that's probably the most likely way that COVID got out into the world. So Facebook was banning disinformation that ended up being correct. That's oftentimes how the marketplace of ideas works. An idea that may or may not end up being factually accurate, debate occurs, and hopefully we end up with the right result. Moreover, that's if you can determine whether or not something is factually accurate or not. An opinion, by its very nature, is different than a fact. A fact is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl in 2020. An opinion is the 2021 Super Bowl champs are going to be the Tennessee Titans. I'm not even sure I believe that, but that's an opinion because we don't have fact established yet. Much of science is not rooted in direct fact, particularly as it pertains to a novel virus that is still relatively new and we are still learning about. So when you are allowing one person to determine whether or not someone else can share an opinion, that is a massive deal. This is basically what China does, except instead of China doing it, we are now deputizing big tech companies to do it on behalf of the federal government. This is what the essence of Donald Trump's lawsuit is about. And I don't care whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, whether you're an independent, whether you don't care at all about politics. The idea that the government is monitoring social media companies and telling them what posts can and cannot be posted on their network and demanding that things be pulled down is a monstrous infringement of government authority, and it violates, in my opinion, the First Amendment itself. And we need judges out there. We need judges out there, Democrat judges, Republican judges, independent judges, whoever you are, to be looking at all this evidence and to find First Amendment violations going on. That's what we need. We need brave judges who are willing to stand for the Constitution, even in the face of big tech censorship and all of the power and might of the federal government that's being brought to bear in favor of that censorship. I think it's the biggest single issue in the United States today. I don't see it as being partisan. I see it as being either pro-free speech or against it. This is massively important.